Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yoga for Sleep. This is Cassandra. Hopefully you are winding down and ready for bed. We are going to move through some postures to help you find some deeper relaxation. So go ahead and make sure you have your pajamas on, your teeth are brushed, and you are ready just to drift into sleep. So we are going to begin today in child's pose. So let's come first onto hands and knees in our bed. Bring the knees nice and wide, the big toes to touch, and sit your hips back. So we are in a tabletop position at first, knees wide, toes touch, and then just sit your hips back towards your heels. So maybe your tush touches your heels and maybe it doesn't. That's okay. And we're just very slowly going to walk our fingertips forward. You can rest your forehead down on the bed. And if your forehead can't meet the bed, you can stack up some pillows or blankets just in order for you to drop all of the weight of your head down. So you're not using any muscles in your neck. So from this position, we are going to begin breathing deeply, inhaling through our nose and exhaling through our nose. Nice full inhalation through the nose. Big exhalation through the nose. So keeping up that rhythm at your own pace. Just following that breath in through the nose. And then on the exhalation through the nose. So our goal as we move through practice this evening is to continue elongating your breathing so that your inhalations become longer as well as your exhalations. So whenever your mind begins to wander, I'm just going to invite you to come back to the breath and just focus your attention on the sound as it's coming in through your nose and the sensation as you're breathing out through your nose. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one, inhale. And this time we're going to open our mouth, big sigh, exhale. All right, so very slowly you are going to come up back into your tabletop position. So spread your fingers nice and wide. Hands are under your shoulders. Knees are right below your hips. You can tuck your toes if you want, or just leave the tops of your feet flat. And we're going to take some very simple cat-cows here. So for your cow, you are going to dip your belly down like you're trying to touch your belly button to your mat. Lift your hips and your head up towards your ceiling. This is the inhale. And then on your exhale, you're going to tuck your pelvis, pull your belly button up towards your spine, towards the ceiling, tucking your chin to your chest. So you're just going to follow this very classic cat-cow here, inhaling on your cow as your belly dips down, and then exhaling as you're pulling your navel up towards your spine. So if you want to, you can take some barrel rolls here or figure eights. So basically your hips are moving to the left and tucking down as your head is to the right, and you're sort of making a figure eight. It's hard to picture if you haven't done it before. I have heard it described as you are like a knife and you're scraping the peanut butter from the outside of the jar. The inside of the jar. So it's like a jump rope action with your spine. So just play with it here. It doesn't really matter. We are just relaxing the spine. Get your head and your neck into the movement. You could also just bump your hips to the right, look over the left shoulder, and then swap that, hips to the left, look over the right shoulder, stretch the neck. One more breath here. Inhale. Big exhale through the mouth. All right. So we are going to plant the left hand, keep it planted there on your bed under your left shoulder, and we're going to reach our right hand up. So it's like we're drawing a line from the bottom of the bed, up the side of the wall, up to the ceiling. So looking up at your right thumb, really stretching and twisting the spine. And then on the exhale, we're going to thread the needle. So you are going to bring your arm back down and it crosses under your left underarm. Okay, so you're threading it between your left hand and your left knee, and you're reaching it all the way over to the left. So you're going to lower your shoulder down onto the bed. And if you want to here, you can press into the right hand, stretch the right hip back, and just breathe. So if you have any tweakiness in your shoulder, you're not going to want to drop the weight down onto your shoulder. You're just going to have kind of an active stretch here, pressing into the left hand and keeping the right shoulder off the bed. One more big breath, inhaling. Open mouth, sigh it out. All right, go ahead and bring yourself back up. Press into the left hand, reach the right hand up towards the sky, really twist. And then exhale back to tabletop. All right, we're going to do a few more cat-cows or any variation that you like. So either jump roping the spine, inhaling up, exhaling, pulling the navel up towards the ceiling. Just focus on your breath here. Long, deep breaths. One more, inhaling. Big exhale. All right, and we're just going to switch sides. Plant the right hand. Left hand comes up, reach up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, thread the needle. The left hand goes between the right hand and the right knee. Drop down to your shoulder, stretch your hips back, press into the right hand. And if it's too painful on the shoulder, you're just going to continue pressing into that right hand. Bit of an active stretch. Really reaching here for a twist in the lower back. So now your job is to bring the breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Long, slow, deep breaths. And maybe even at this point, you have noticed that your breathing has elongated. And if not, let's just try to think about that on the inhalations and the exhalations. One more breath here. Big inhale. And then on the exhale, go ahead and press into the right hand. Reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Then exhale back down. All right, let's go ahead and cross our ankles. So right or left ankle over the other. We're going to sit our hips back onto the bed. So you're sitting in a cross-legged position. And let's go ahead and send the right leg out, keeping the left foot in. So we are in a seated position. So your legs don't need to be open super wide. You want to be seated comfortably so that you have a nice tall spine. So based on your flexibility, we're going to have a few variations here. If you have a rope or a strap, we can use that to get a bit of a deeper stretch for the backs of your legs, your side, or your hips. All right, so let's just go ahead and begin by turning our chest to face over our right leg. And then we're going to reach our arms up nice and tall, big, long spine. And then exhale, hands can drop down to the earth. Or you can go ahead and grab your strap and pull on that. The strap would go under the sole of the right foot, under the arch. You can grab your foot or your ankle, your shin. So we're just breathing here. You're going to feel a stretch also in the left lower back. If you want that stretch to be deeper, you're going to send the left arm up and over. So you're going to kind of play with opening up, looking up to the sky under your left arm while you're reaching and bending forward toward the right leg, or closing the left arm off so the left hand meets the earth, and twisting a bit deeper, like twisting your body over to the right side. So there's really no right or wrong way to do this here. We're just going for a stretch, pointing and flexing the right foot, and just noticing how that stretch changes. Nice, long, slow breathing here. Last breath. Let's go ahead and inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth and roll up to seated. All right, we are just going to simply switch legs. So we're going to pull the right leg in, send the left leg out long. Go ahead and get in a comfortable position. Reach your arms up tall. Then exhale, fold over the left leg. So again here, I just want you to play and explore. Point and flex the left foot, draw rainbows back and forth with your toes. Maybe keep your left hand down, reach your right arm up, see how the stretch changes. Maybe try to twist your body over to the left. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Let's take 4 more deep breaths here. Maybe keeping a micro bend in your knee, protecting that joint. Maybe flexing the left foot to get a bit deeper in the calf. Or pointing it, and you can feel that more in your shin. So just noticing where you need the stretch this evening. And let's take 1 more breath. Inhaling through the nose. On the exhale, roll your spine up, sigh it out. All right. So we are going to go ahead and send the right leg out long. Bend the knees. And we're just going to very slowly roll down onto our spine. We are laying all the way down on our back. So maybe take your hair down. Make sure you are nice and comfortable. Bring your feet as wide as the mat. Heels are out, toes are in constructive position of rest. So your knees are just leaning against and resting on one another. Your hands can be on the belly and the heart, out to the side, or just on the belly. Just take a couple of deep breaths here. Noticing where you are holding tension in your body. Maybe your jaw, your face, forehead, neck or shoulders. And we're just going to start windshield wipering our legs left and right. So we drop both legs over to the left, still bent at the knees. And then we come through center and then over to the right. So just slow it down a bit here, moving slowly left and right. Just focusing on the sound and the sensation of your breath. A little bit of a massage here for the glutes, the lower back. And if you tuck your pelvis up a little bit, you're getting your lower back to and your middle back to touch the bed. A little massage for the kidneys. So just focus on your long, slow, deep breathing here. All right, we're going to come back to center. Keep the left foot on the bed and hug the right knee into the chest. If you want to, draw circles with your toes. Send your left leg out long. And we're going to cross the right knee over our body, over to the left. Hips are up. And then look over to the right. You can draw circles with your right hand here, just lubricating the wrist. And then on the exhale, we're going to come back to our back. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So bend the left leg. The left thigh catches the right ankle. And we're going to hug the left thigh in to the chest. So go ahead and wrap your hands around your left thigh, or maybe even your left shin. Long, deep breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. If you want to, you can find stillness or movement, just sort of rocking left and right. One more deep breath here. Inhaling through the nose. Open mouth, sigh it out. All right. Let's go ahead and release that. Switch sides. Sole of the right foot to the bed. Left leg hugged into the chest. Send your right leg out long if you'd like. Then we're going to cross the left leg over to the right. Look over to the left. Using your right hand to hold the outside of the left thigh. Drawing circles with the left wrist. Exhaling, coming back to center, bending the right leg. The thigh of the right leg catches the left ankle. And then we're going to reach behind our right thigh, pull our legs in towards us or around the right shin. So rock it left and right if you like, or find stillness. Continuing to pull those legs in towards your chest. Coming back to the breath. One more big breath here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Sigh it out and release. All right, go ahead and stretch your legs out long. Hands are out, palms are facing up. And do whatever you need to do here to get nice and cozy for bed. Maybe snuggle under your covers. Get your pillow positioned correctly. And to end, we're just going to take 3 deep breaths together. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through the mouth. 2 more just like that. Big inhale. Big exhale, sigh it out. This last one is going to be the deepest breath you've taken all day. Big inhale. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, exhale. I hope you enjoy your evening and a nice sleep. Good night.